This video will focus on things that you can provide your references to help make sure that the letters and the recommendations they submit on your behalf are solid. Before we go any further, my name is Saleh Traore Uwalaka. I am the founder of ResiPrep 360, a program that is exclusively dedicated to assisting, coaching, and advising prospective pharmacy residency candidates for a successful match at phase 1. And I am so happy that you are here. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think it may be beneficial or helpful to. And now let's get into it. One of the things after you receive a yes from a reference that you should provide is your CV. I think it's important for your preceptor to see what you look like as a candidate globally. This can really be helpful in how they frame their references and their submission on your behalf in making sure that they are addressing everything. Excellent references have a way of looking at your CV and kind of predicting what some potential things on your CV that programs may have reservations about, like you're lacking certain things, but they may be able to frame your experiences in a way that could be very reassuring for the program. So I think absolutely the most updated copy of your CV should be included. The second thing I think you should include, they should have a list of every program you're applying to. I think you should create a form, a Word document that has a table where at minimum there's the program's name, the program's contact information, and why, a column of why you are interested in that program. I think each specific program having 2 to 3 sentences that describes why you're interested in those programs could be really helpful for them in helping write letters of recommendation, whether they are for a specific program or just a generic form that's going to get used by every single program. So the second thing, I think this is a great thing to attach for the reference to have. The last thing I'm going to recommend that you provide your references when they say yes is answers to a series of questions that can really help bring this thing home. Some of your references only know you as an APPE student. They have no clue about your past experiences, if you worked in the industry before as something else, or if you have relevant work experience for the type of residency programs that you're pursuing. It's a gamble to think that, number one, they're going to read your CV fully and know how to write about you. So this is 6 questions that I think you should answer in one Word document. Try to be succinct. Don't give them homework, right? Don't provide your reference with a 6-page document that they need to read. But for each of these questions, a paragraph, sticking with the definition of a paragraph being anywhere from 5 to 7 strong sentences. I tend to recommend 3 to 5 sentences with responses to this. I think 3 to 5 is great. It allows them to be able to read your responses and know what to do with that information. Okay. Question number 1, I think you should answer is to start with your career goals. At this point, I think that you should go anywhere from 1 to 3 and 3 to 5 and describing that for them. Your reference is going to be very interested in what the next couple of years or the next few years look like, but also how the next couple of years are going to shape your long-term plan where you see yourself in 5 years. This is definitely a question I think is worth addressing succinctly and very clearly. And please, that answer does not need to include your interest in doing a PGY2, excuse me. The desire to do a PGY2 does not have to be clear right now, but I think what's helpful is the goal of the PGY1, that has to be clear. If one of your interests in a PGY1 is to be able to help you determine confidently if you are going to do a PGY2 and in what area, that is fair, that is expected. But it's a myth that you have to do a PGY2 to be a strong PGY1 candidate. That's a myth. That's the first question. The second question is your strengths. I think it's important that you become comfortable talking about yourself and outlining what your strengths are. For this question, I want you to limit your strength to no more than 3, but at least 2. I think it's important that you have practical and soft skills that you talk about each time you're asked about your skills. It isn't always strong patient chart review, strong knowledge of diabetes, work ethic. There are soft skills, your communication skills, your ability to seek, accept, and apply feedback, your ability to relate and integrate well into team. These are all soft skills that could be very impactful for you as a resident. And so don't focus so much on the practical skills that you forget some of those soft skills that also set you apart. Don't forget that, very important. I want you the next question is your weaknesses or your areas of opportunity for growth. But here's the thing, the areas of opportunity for growth here, we are focusing on or the things that you believe residency will help you improve upon. Creating this relationship between where you think you need to grow and how residency will help you do that is imperative. This is not just important for this segment and providing a reference with it. When it's time to write your letter of intent, I believe that you need to be able to clearly articulate in your letter of intent how the areas you see yourself lacking right now, how residency is going to be important and useful in bridging that gap and enhancing that skill and elevating your skills in that area. That's what this question is after. It isn't just listing and describing them, but it's about how you envision a residency experience being able to help you bridge the gap in this area. Very important. The fourth question I think is important is, what are your functional areas that you're interested in? And we come back to this again. You don't have to know a clear answer to this, but you can talk about all of the things that you've done so far that you've enjoyed, that you think you would be able to do for a career, for a lifetime. But you are also very interested in exploring what else is out there that you didn't get an opportunity to see during rotation. And you're hoping to leverage your residency experience to help you with that. Where this becomes problematic is if you tell me that your interest is in oncology and you're applying to a residency program that has no oncology structure, no oncology program, they don't offer oncology services, I may call you up and say, hey, why are we applying to this program? You're saying that oncology is what you want to do a PGY2, and they're not going to be able to give you any exposure to that. Let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about that so that I understand that. So when you're going to the interview, you have an understanding of like what you're applying to and what you're actually trying to do, right? That's the thing that is important with this question, and making sure that you understand what your practice interests are. I have candidates that match every year, and you know what their interest in residency is, or their practice interest is? They want to be competent, confident, well-rounded pharmacists. They have an interest in ID, they have an interest in crit care, emergency room, but their pursuit of a residency, it's because they want to improve their confidence and they have a vision of the type of pharmacist they want to become. So don't fall into the trap that unless you know it with specificity, residency is not for you. It's a fallacy. And I'm working on dispelling that. Next question, which is question number 5, is describe the frequency and type of preceptor interaction you feel to be ideal. This is a question that has nothing to do with the preceptor, but they're pretty much asking you indirectly about your learning style. How do you learn? Do you learn with, give me all the information up front, then back off, give me time to process that information? I will likely come back to you with questions and things I want to fill, and then I'm off to the races. I can do it on my own. Or perhaps I need the information to be delivered to me in doses. As I meet milestones, more is delivered and more is put upon me. And I feel like when preceptors have employed this method, I've been able to be more successful, more confidently, because I'm not missing a step. Every step of the way, I kind of understand what's going on. This is about your learning style, so make sure you have a good idea what that is and you can describe that. The last question is, why are you applying to these programs? Why, right? Is it because the program early commits in a functional area that you are interested in and you want to do that? Or is it because the program is well-rounded, or you talked to an alumni that convinced you? But this why question isn't going away, and it's a great time to start thinking about what are the programs that you would be interested in and why you are applying to them. I hope that this list helps you. I hope that this video helps you. If it does, like, subscribe, and share. Please share with other people. My interest is reaching as many people as possible that are going through this incredibly convoluted process and need assistance. And so if you know anyone that is in that boat, please share this video with them and let them know that the Resi Prep 365 is the channel that they can subscribe to and be able to get guidance that they are at a digestible pace to maximize their chance of a phase 1 match. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe and like for more content like this. We are officially in it now that it's November and things are going to move very quickly. And this is your premier destination for all things residency.